Welcome back, everyone. Long time no see. I don't even know where to begin. I just know that I have been telling myself to record this video for, we're talking probably like 2 months, maybe more. So I just thought I'm not going to plan it out, I'm just going to come straight into it. So obviously I've been away from YouTube. I haven't actually looked when the last time I posted was, but I think it was maybe, I'm going to guess, March, February. A lot has changed since then. If you aren't new here, then you might realise I'm actually in a new little area. That's part of the update. So let's just like rewind all the way back to March. We're just going to say March, and I'm basically just going to fill you in on everything that's happened. It's not going to be a very exciting video. Nothing's going to be happening other than me sitting here catching up with you all, but I feel like it's probably the best way to come into it. And then from here on out, there is a lot to show you, a lot to catch up about, and yeah, let's just get stuck into it. Because I am back, I probably won't be posting a video every week like I was, but I'll get into that. Right, let's just stop rambling. So, thank you for watching if you are back from before. If you're new, then hey, my name's Megan. Yeah, let's just get stuck into it. So basically, back in March, I got COVID, and I think, to be honest, that's probably the start of like the disappearance. It sounds so dramatic. No one's probably even noticed that I've been gone. Okay, let's just say the start of when I came off YouTube. So I got COVID, and that was probably not being dramatic, the most ill I've ever been in my entire life. I was bedbound for basically 2 weeks, vomiting, and obviously I lived on my own, so that was just horrendous. Thankfully my sister lives around the corner from me, so she was able to like drop me off food and stuff like that. But yeah, that was just horrendous, and I think from then on, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, okay, so had COVID 2 weeks, and then obviously couldn't see Alex, so then on the, I think it was the Wednesday I saw him, he came round and basically told me that his living situation had changed, which meant he needed to move out of the flat that he was in, and find somewhere else. So then obviously asked me to move in with him, which obviously I was happy to do. And it was all really exciting. I know I've spoken to you guys about it before, but it wasn't something we'd really planned on doing for another year or so, just because I think in an ideal world we were saving to like buy, but I think this is just, yeah, I'll explain it all, but this is just everything that both of us wanted and more. We're obsessed with the place we're in now. We are renting, but everything happened so quickly. So that was on the Wednesday, and then from then on I was basically just on Rightmove and Zoopla and all of those ones, like every half an hour, just refreshing. We decided between us to move still where I currently am, just because of my job and Alex's job. It's just a little bit easier. We can be more flexible if we're down here, because being a nanny, I obviously can't travel for work, whereas he can. So we're still by the sea, we're still literally 5 minutes from my old place, so I know the area. And yeah, so was on Rightmove, didn't really find anything. I was being quite picky, which I know probably shouldn't have been, because maybe it took a little bit longer, but it was one of those things where I thought if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it properly and actually like really enjoy the place that we're in. So I went to view somewhere, when was this, on the Friday. Just didn't really like it. It looked quite different to what it did in the pictures. Just didn't really like it. So then I was just a bit like, oh god, panicking a little bit. I mean, we had time, we had like maybe, I don't know, a month or so, because obviously I had to then give my notice in for my flat, and then Alex did as well. So yeah, we had about a month to look for somewhere. And then I remember on the Friday afternoon I'd got back from that place, and had a nap because I was still a bit tired. And when I woke up, I went back on Rightmove and found the place we're in now, and I remember I was at my sister's at the time and I was like, oh my god, this is everything I've been looking for. And I mean, we were only looking for a one bed flat, maybe two, but we're currently in a really cute, cozy 3-bed terrace house with a little garden. It's basically just everything. Well, we didn't even think we'd get anything like this at all. So I rang up straight away, and the lady was really nice, and she was like, oh god, you've actually taken the last spot. There's been like so many people ringing in the hour. And she was like, can you come tomorrow? And I was like, thankfully yes, like we were free. So Alex came down here, and then we both came and viewed it. They had like an open day. Sorry, this is so long-winded. And we fell in love with it. It was just like the pictures. It was amazing. And we were sort of talking to the lady, and she was like, obviously I'll, you know, send your application through. And she said, but just to let you know, there's been 10 people view it this morning and everyone has loved it. So we were like, oh god. Didn't really think we were gonna get it. It was one of those things where we obviously both really wanted it, but I didn't want to get my hopes up too much because, you know, just in case it didn't happen. So then on the Monday she rang us and I was like, you guys were successful, they chose you out of everyone, they really want you to move in, like, can you come in? So I think this is the bank holiday, and was there one in April? Yeah, there must have been. Yeah, so there was like so it would have been Easter, Monday and Friday. So we moved Friday and Monday, so we moved in on the Friday, which was literally like a week after I think all this was happening. So we quickly packed up, and it was a little bit stressful. I'm not going to go into it because it's just such a long story, but basically we were told we were going to move on the Friday, and so we'd packed everything up, and on the Wednesday our landlords changed their mind. And it was all just a little bit stressful, but it all got sorted in the end, and we were in on the Friday. So that's the biggest update. I'm trying to think if there's actually any others since then, to be honest. But so we're now in a house, we now live together. I'm no longer in my little tiny flat anymore. And I cannot wait to show you guys this house properly. I'm in love with it. There's so many little updates, and it just feels so homely. Like, when I say we're obsessed, we just, every day I can't believe how lucky we are that we live here. Yeah, so that's the main thing. I'm not gonna blab on too much because it's nearly lunchtime for a start. I haven't had a coffee and my battery has only got 2 bars, so we're gonna try and whiz through this. What else is new with you guys? Okay, so then basically why it took me so long to come back to YouTube was I had the move. I had actually vlogged the move, and I'd vlogged little bits of it. Since then we've been on a few little like staycations. We went away for my birthday. It's been my birthday since then. So many things have happened that I did actually vlog, but I did originally think I was gonna edit them all and just sort of play catch up, but as I was going through all the footage, which we're talking like is months ago, I was kind of like, it's kind of not like a blur in my mind, but to go through things that were just months and months and months ago, I thought, you know what, let's just start afresh and just scrap all that. As much as it would have been nice to show you all, it's my mistake, it's my own fault. So I will just do the next video after this. I think I'm going to film next week. It's going to be a house tour, so you'll see it all anyway. You'll see it, it's pretty much done. I say that like it's not empty. We still need to do the upstairs and stuff, but the furnishing is literally like everything's minimal, everything's wooden, like it's how we would have had it anyway. It's just like, you know, making things your own, little finished touches and stuff. What was I going to say? There's a lady staring at me outside. I really lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, okay, so then I filmed all of that, and then I had obviously planned to post it, but then I'm gonna be honest, I kind of just, like I know so many people have as well, I kind of just went for a little stage where I like fell out of love with social media and didn't really find myself posting anymore. I didn't, like for example now, I'll make sure I've just like spent the morning filming like some reels and stuff. I'll normally make sure I've got like at least 2 weeks of content where I can post every day and be organised. And I just found myself not even wanting to post, not even wanting to open the app, not even scrolling on it. Hadn't planned in any shoot days, didn't really have the urge to plan in any shoot days. I just really lost, like, I don't know, don't really know how to say it without sounding dramatic. I just kind of was a bit like, oh, is that it? Like, I didn't know. I honestly at one point was like, do I just stop this and do I just pack it in and do I just step away from it and not do it anymore? But then, like, I think I did take a break from it, and I'd post on Instagram like every now and then. I think I only didn't really post anything on there for like a week and a half, which isn't that long, but I'd go from like posting once every 4 days or 5 days or something like that. Probably not enough for anyone else to notice but me. And then, yeah, I had a proper break from it. And then I think what I did is I went on a shoot day with Charlotte, and it was the first one I'd done in ages. And after getting some new content, I really felt like I was like getting back into it, and I was excited to post again. And I just have always told myself that if Instagram, YouTube, social media, anything like that becomes more of a chore or something that I don't want to do anymore, that's not exciting and I'm not enjoying it and it's making me just feel down, and then just to step away from it. And it's exactly what I did. Sounds so dramatic. When I say it out loud, I'm like, it's an app. But I know so many people have gone through this, and like, I think with things like algorithm, and I'm not going to go into it because, you know, it's boring and no one knows the answer to it, but sometimes it feels like you're putting in a lot to not get much back, and I think that's when it started to grate on me a little bit. And also, like, I work 49 hours a week to then come back and like create content and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, I came away from Instagram, then I came back into it, fell in love with it. I am slowly building it up again and posting more, and I'm enjoying creating reels. And I'm actually, like I just said, I've spent the morning at home doing stuff and I've enjoyed it so much. Like, I think because my flat was so small, I couldn't really have like enough space to properly get creative. I had like one little corner, which if you follow my Instagram you would have seen. In fact, I'm sure I was showing you on here. Yeah, I think I have. Whereas like now with the house, it's so light and there's a lot more space to do things, and it just saves money than going up to London all the time. Like, I love London, I do love shoot days there, but because reels are obviously, you know, a bit more out at the minute, that's what I've been doing at home, and I've definitely loved like creating content at home and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I stepped away from everything. I don't even think anyone noticed, but I just feel like I need to explain myself from here, although it is mainly like Instagram based. I know I only did YouTube for like a month and a bit, but obviously it kind of just all fell into one and I took a step away from it all. But now I'm back. Deep stuff over, sob story over. But I feel like I needed to explain it rather than just being like, I'm back, you know? So I'm back. Do you like my new prints, by the way? I'm going to show you properly. Ooh, cute. I literally put them up about an hour ago. But I'm going to save all of the proper showing you stuff until the next video, because then that's when you can see it all. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So I've had my birthday. I've had a nephew. I have a nephew. Oh my god, my battery's flashing at me. I've had a little nephew now. He is adorable. My boss has also had a baby, which I obviously spend all the time with her. I'm really conscious that my battery is now flashing at me. I don't think there's anything else to catch up on you with currently. Just obviously, you know, the breakaway. We've moved. I'm back. Yeah, we had a nice little trip to Bath last week, which was lovely. We went with Alex, my mum and my dad. And that was just such a nice little... I literally plugged out. Is that a saying? Switched off from everything for like the week, and it was just lovely. And I think a lot of that probably is why I've decided to come back this week, because I'm getting into the swing of things. I wouldn't usually be off in the week, but the family that I look after on Tuesdays are actually away because it's the summer now. They're away all summer, which is why I thought I'd take the opportunity to do this now. But I think that's it, to be honest. Nothing else is jumping out at me, unless I bet I'll turn the camera off now and be like, damn it, I didn't say that. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's where I was, and now I'm back and there's so much to show you and I'm so excited. Please come back next week. Do you know what, I'm not even going to say next week because it may not be. I'm going to film it next week, but I know I used to post every week. That probably won't happen now, because basically what I do is I just put so much like jobs to do in my head that I need to do, and realistically, I mean, I don't get back from work until 7, and then by the time I've cooked and stuff it's like 8:30, so I'm just going to try and be a little bit more realistic of how much I'm going to be able to put out on YouTube and stuff. But let's aim for 2 videos a month, okay? Everyone cross their fingers. 2 videos a month, I feel like that's realistic. We can do that, maybe more, who knows. But autumn is very soon, which means Christmas is coming straight after that, and I love autumn. If you don't know already, it's like my favourite time of year. I think I have mentioned this before, but pumpkin picking, Christmas tree picking, me and my friend Tuesday were talking the other day actually about like loads of seasonal stuff we want to do, and we've literally made a list. I'm so excited to get through it. So I feel like it's the perfect time to come back into YouTube, because there's just going to be so much to show you and so much to bring you along with. Yeah, right, battery's going to die. So thank you for coming back. I hope that explains everything. If you have any questions, let me know. But if not, I'll see you maybe next week with the house tour. Bye guys.